Well, I'm back. It's done. Yeah, sorry, it's 3 in the morning. I didn't want to cause a lot of scene trying to get a good video, guys, because of the lighting. But just so you know, it's an empty feeling. I just dropped the gifts off, and it's, as a man with the decisions we made and the outcome of the situation, my feelings don't matter. It's about the kids. At least they got something, and they know that I think about them, I appreciate them, I love them. I wish things would have worked out differently, but in the time, in the moment, in the present, I'm doing something about it. I had to get myself right. I went through some things this past year. Didn't make the best decisions on how to resolve it, but that was then, this is now. So this is where we're at. Moving forward, I'd like to keep my connection with my children and have them regularly in my life. I wish the disconnection would have never happened. I don't really understand what happened, but I can get more back into detail with it. So when we went on our trip to Florida, again, my two sons, who were ages 10 and 11 at the time, they'll be 12 and 13 this year. So no, they were 11 and 12 at the time. And we took a trip to Florida. I thought, hey, since we've had problems, especially 10 years, I've always argued with their moms. It's always been an issue. I'd get them for 6 months at a time. We'd fight or have a disagreement, and I wouldn't see them for sometimes. Words would get exchanged. And over that, But anywho, so we took a trip down to Florida, went to Orlando, proceeded from Orlando to go to Clearwater so we can go to the ocean. We went to Orlando just to sightsee. Well, anywho, by way Memphis, my brother, I have a biological brother, and I'm originally from Chicago. All right, I got a big brother up there. All right, and at one point, long story short, Daddy was a Rolling Stone. So I have a brother that lives in Memphis, Tennessee as well, right? And so I figured we'd stop through there. They've never met my boys. My brother ain't never met his nephews. So coming through, I stopped by there. Now, y'all been to Memphis. Y'all know how good of Memphis is in my brother's state, you know what I'm saying? Out there, right there out South Memphis, out there, you know what I'm saying, where them guys at, And so we was good. My brother's good over there. My brother's got a child. Fuck with me. Anyway, we were there. And them not being predisposed. See, I live in a white town, a white area. My parents, we got out of poverty in the impoverished area in Chicago back in '98. See, everything that Charleston White, I'm the anomaly. I'm the Charleston White that didn't go that far. I didn't kill the white man, but I grew up around white folks. My mom gave us a chance, my sister and I. You see? So, YouTube, I'm coming with my story. That's why I say I feel like my story parallels to what everybody's talking about how our community needs to be. I've seen it. I've seen the offspun when I went back for summer vacations, and my cousins and them would be about that life out there in the street making fun of me because I'm intellectual. I'm literate, right? So I felt like I had to be like them. So what I would do, I'd come back to this opportunity that my mother gave me, and I would, anyway, back to what I was saying. So we get to Memphis, and we're in the trap. We in the trap. My cousin, I got a cousin down there. She glow better than Glorilla, if you feel what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? She out there. She all the way throwed off. So my cousin Ghetto, she was braiding my son's hair. She keeps saying, "Cuz, you good? You in the trap, cuz." This is what I'm saying. This is how this happened. You in the trap, cuz. You in the trap. You good? You ain't got to worry about nothing here, cuz. Your baby's good, cuz. They cousins is here, cuz. All that, right? What do pre-processed minds do, guys? They soak up everything. So my children, no fault of their own, went back. When they were asked how their trip went, they said, "Oh, we was in the trap with Daddy." And instead of my baby mama, sorry, I know, see, it's hard for me to get it out of my vocabulary too. Instead of the mother of my children coming back and discussing it with me, which I get it, yes, be upset, whatever. But it was, the kids misunderstood. We were not in a trap, we was in the ghetto. That's what it was. When nothing but weed and motherfucking liquor. You know what I'm saying? Weed and liquor was the hardest shit. Our kids have never been around no shit like that. No hardcore drugs, nothing that you know. No. I ain't hang around nothing but 9-to-5ers when my kids are around. They don't see hoes in and out. They don't see no bullshit, none of that. And for her to even think that I would put my children in that, that's what hurts my heart. But back to it. She took that, guys, literal, and cut me out their life once again. We had an argument, we had a fallout, and I haven't seen my baby since. So you tell me what's what. I want some feedback. I want to hear back from some baby mamas and all that. You see a father here trying, doing his due diligence. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I just dropped off gifts, and I haven't seen him in a year. Yes, I had to go get myself together. No, we do not maintain communication or contact, so I don't have any way of just popping up and getting a hold of her. And how this scenario went, no matter what, I'm popping up, whether it's in her inbox or at her house, because we don't have a formal line of communication. My God. And she will manipulate and exploit that. So at what point in time are we to handle this matter, other than when I confront the situation? Because there's not no mutual. She doesn't reach out to me, which she shouldn't have to. But if I reach out, it's when she decides to respond, or she wants, however she wants to take it. Because again, she plays the manipulation game. Like, you haven't been there. Well, I'm trying to be there. And what do? You thwart it, stall it out, this, that, and the third. Because this ain't the first time this had happened. This has been the situation every time something happens. Every time. It's not like we can have a fallout and then shake it off and then I can continue being in their life. No, it's this, and then long periods of time I go without seeing them, and then it's used against me. Manipulation at its finest. So I'm playing this whole psycho bullshit ass game while yearning to have my kids in my life. Making this video, doing everything I'm doing. You think I'm going out my way to prove something to somebody? No, at this point it's therapy. Because I could have done snapped and killed the hoe. Let me take that out of my video. Killed my spirits. It then killed my spirits to the point where I give up. Why even bother? It is what it is. You know, you don't want to go about things cordially. You don't want to have transparency. You don't want things to be fair. You feel like you owe me one, so you use the kids as the pawn to make it live in hell when I get them. And we do have an understanding. You do all these things to thwart me. That's a word. Look it up. Thwarting. Look it up. Thwarting. Meaning, you go out of your way to make things hard on me out of some type of spiteful vengeance. Instead of we can't be kumbaya and get along and having our occasional bump in the road. It's psychotic. Especially when I have the willingness and wanting to do the work and accept my kids in my life and accept my role as being their father. Paid you damn near $5,000 to $10,000 this time last year, ladies. At what point is it, okay, he's good enough to be in their life and we might have a falling out to or misunderstanding, but we can resolve. I'm worth that respect. Like Charleston White said, why don't y'all start respecting the men that are trying to put forth the work to correct something or being there in general. Y'all make it the hardest on us. But then put up with Pookie and Ray Ray shit. But if I was always in your face trying to get some pussy, you use that against me too. Or excuse me, you use that against me too. When is it enough? And now again, all this has nothing to do with the kids. That's my point. It has nothing to do with the kids. All this unnecessary drama and ignorance does little to pour into the kids, raise them up right. They see what we're doing, they ain't gonna want kids, or they're gonna carry out the same behavior. She's on her 4th baby daddy, guys. I was her 1st baby daddy, mind you. Which, don't care, I have no quarrels, just give my kids, go about your life. But what type of example are you setting for them to where you're always holding me accountable for something? And then my punishment is I can't see them. But look what your behavior is. You're popping out babies left and right, unstable relationships. They're seeing different dudes run in and out because you continuously date. You don't just settle down and stop. So what type of example are you leading for them? When we were somewhere, because my son wanted to get his hair braided, my youngest son, and it was around his cousins and his people. Why? Because I did all the driving on that trip. So when we got there, I took a nap while they played with their cousins and got to know them. And I got punished for that, guys. I got yelled at. When we came back from the trip, she knew we were coming into Missouri late. Boom, pull up, and it's late at night, and she screams and yells, "You're not going to drop them off this early." After, it was not me trying to pawn them off or take them back, get them out my hair early, none of that. My youngest son begged and cried for about 6-7 hours, guys, from a parent to a parent. And I just wanted him to be happy and comfortable. He rode in the car all day, and he was like, "I want to go back to Mom's." I said, "Babe, give her a call." My son tried to call her. She didn't answer. Okay, boom, we get back. I said, "I'll swing by there if she's awake. If not, bro, we're gonna come back and sleep with Dad. You're gonna sleep in my house." What does she do? She comes out screaming and yelling at my son, pointing in his finger. Mind you, he's 11 years old. She's screaming and yelling at him like a grown freaking man. And I have witnesses. This isn't me. I'm not by myself. And that's the thing. I have witnesses. Now, she's screaming and yelling at him. What ends up happening? Let's beat to the fucking solution, Dennis, since I have solutions. I ended up scooping up Mike, baby, putting him back in the car, called into work, was late. I don't even know what I did about work. All I know is I got my son back, made him comfortable. He stayed the night, another night. And then the following day, I dropped him off. And then proceeding what everything else happened after they told how their trip went, I wasn't able to see him again. Now, my oldest boy played football for the first time, missed his whole season. Whole freaking season. Flag football, all that. Those are things I can't get back. Women, y'all got some nerve, bro. This is what day one daddy looks like and not day one husband looks like. I'm the first baby daddy and this is what it looks like. You just don't know. I mean, I got witnesses and testimonies to tell me that I should have my kids. I need to go get my kids because she has promiscuous behavior. I mean, that's still the mother of my children. I'll still smack water for that. You know what I mean? I will give in for that. I still sacrifice myself because they still need their mother. But she done me foul. You know, I've given. I ain't been perfect, no. But at a certain point, I gave up on being a BS ninja. And she's never gave up on treating me like one. So, but this is Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. And thanks for riding with me on this mission. But that's the backstory to the story on why I had to give them their gifts at 3 a.m. So, still their dad. Salute out. Boss.